Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Kathy. We are on part 8 of going through Ray Comfort's little book, Scientific Facts in the Bible. And I'm not sponsored or anything like that. So I love this little book, and it really helped me when I was trying to decide what I was going to believe and if I was going to be a Christian or not. So all right, well, we're in the chapter Scientists and the Bible. We'll just keep going through this, and there's a playlist also. Okay, so we are on Sir Isaac Newton. Everyone's, I'm sure, heard of him. So he lived in the 1600s, and okay, so he's considered... All right, it says, Sir Isaac Newton considered his theological writings more important than his scientific writings. He stated there, quote, there is a being, capital B, who made all things, who holds all things in his power, capital H, and is therefore to be feared. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay. He also wrote, quote, all material things seem to have been composed of the hard and solid particles above mentioned, variously associated in the first creation by the counsel of an intelligent agent. For it became him who created them to set them in order. And if he did so, it's unphilosophical to seek for any other origin of the world, or to pretend that it might arise out of a chaos by the mere laws of nature. Okay, so next is Joseph Lister, and I believe he is the one that... if anyone knows the mouthwash Listerine, I believe it's named because of him. So it says Joseph Lister, and he lived in the 1800s to the beginning of the 1900s, founded antiseptic surgical methods. Lister's contributions to medical science have probably led to more lives being saved through modern medicine than the contributions of anyone else except Louis Pasteur. And it says, like Louis Pasteur, Lister was a Christian. He wrote, quote, I am a believer in the fundamental doctrines of Christianity, end quote. Okay, so Blaise Pascal, who lived in the 1600s, was one of history's greatest mathematicians. He laid the foundations for hydrostatics, hydrodynamics, differential calculus, and the theory of probability. He is famous for the, quote, wager of Pascal, paraphrased as follows. Okay, so this says, how can anyone lose who chooses to be a Christian? If when he dies there turns out to be no God and his faith was in vain, he has lost nothing. In fact, has been happier in his life than his non-believing friends. If, however, there is a God and a heaven and hell, then he has gained heaven, and his skeptical friends will have lost everything in hell. Okay, so next is Sir John Frederick Herschel. Okay, it says he was an English astronomer who discovered over 500 stars and wrote, quote, all human discoveries seem to be made only for the purpose of confirming more and more strongly the truths that come from on high and are contained in the sacred writings, end quote. Okay. And it says his father, Sir William Herschel, also a renowned astronomer, rightly insisted, quote, "The undevout astronomer must be mad." Okay. All right. And next we have Albert Einstein. Everyone knows who he is. So, all right. So this says Albert Einstein was not an atheist, as some professing atheists claim. He didn't accept the God of the Bible, but he wasn't a fool. He knew that there was a creator. Look at his words about faith and science. So here's a little paragraph about what he said. Okay. Science can only be created by those who are thoroughly imbued with the aspiration toward truth and understanding. This source of feeling, however, springs from the sphere of religion. To this, there also belongs the faith in the possibility that the regulations valid for the world of existence are rational, that is, comprehensible to reason. I cannot conceive of a genuine scientist without that profound faith. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. Next is James Simpson. Dr. James Simpson, he was born in 1811, was responsible for the discovery of chloroform's anesthetic qualities, leading to its medical use worldwide. He also laid a solid foundation for gynecology and predicted the discovery of the X-ray. Dr. Simpson was president of the Royal Medical Society and royal physician to the Queen, the highest medical position of his day. He stated, quote, "Christianity works because it is supremely true and therefore supremely livable. There is nothing incompatible between religion and science." And when asked what his greatest discovery was, Dr. Simpson replied, "It was not chloroform. It was to know I am a sinner and that I could be saved by the grace of God. A man has missed the whole meaning of life if he has not entered into an active living relationship with God through Christ," end quote. Okay, yes, that sums it up. So, all right, I'll hold off on the next chapter, biology and the Bible, for the next video. And yeah, okay, there's still a lot to go through. So let me know what you guys think of this series, and share with anyone who you think might be interested. And make sure you like, subscribe if you aren't already, and leave me a comment. I would love that. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Okay, God bless.